All right, so we have another comedian coming to the stage. And the thing about your next comedian is, I swear, every time we interact, I feel like the sun is just like shining. Like, she has such an amazing energy. I cannot wait for you guys to get to see her. Coming up next, you can see her on Monday. She is doing a roast battle in Salem against a rookie. Will she destroy them?
Yeah.
Will Joe John, yes. Will they be gentle? Find out on Monday. Please make it loud for Havana Aladro. Havana Aladro.
Give it up for Jane. Wow, give it up for yourselves for being here on a Saturday. Yeah. On the way over here, guys, I heard this commercial on the radio. And by the way, this was a real commercial on the radio. It said, "Don't leave your kids in the car or they can die." Yeah, don't leave your kids in the car or they can die. I was thinking, so that's how you do it. But the commercial was actually trying to teach people like how not to forget their kids in the car. It gave some examples. It said, try leaving something important in the back seat that'll make you want to check. I was thinking, oh, do you mean like the baby? The commercial did not mean the baby. It gave other examples. It was just like, try leaving a house key or one of your shoes. One of my shoes. One of my zapatos. To remember a whole ass baby in the back seat. If I'm not responsible enough to remember that there's a whole ass baby in the back seat, do you think I'm responsible enough to remember I don't have both shoes on? Does anyone here have kids? I actually could kind of tell that you guys didn't have kids. I just feel like your guys' biggest concern is, oh my God, she still listens to the radio? The radio cares about our future. I have 2 kids. The amount of times people have told me, you gotta stop calling your kids accidents. I mean, I don't remember having them on purpose. But yes, I do have 2 kids, and I hear, oh, it looks like you got your hands full all the time. I started responding by saying, yeah, dicks. You see me with 2 kids. Automatically, that tells you a little bit about me. I'm not trying to brag, but yeah, I had sex. 2 times. Or it lets you know that the good or wire coat hanger trick failed me 2 times. Get out of here. Is what I said to the kids? No. On the way over here, I saw this sign that said Jesus died for our sins. Well, that's his bad, I said, as I lit my crack pipe. I just always felt like people would be more religious if the Bible included like a recipe book. Right? Like how to turn water into wine, ingredients, water, foreskin. Okay. I was a little hesitant to say foreskin right now. I didn't want to offend anyone who might be, circumcised. Is anyone here circumcised? I'm sorry for your loss. How cool would that be if you guys came to my house and I cooked a whole meal using the Jesus recipe book? I was like, over here we have macaroni and cheese with a communion cracker crumble. Over here we have veggies sauteed in the blood of Christ. And for the main course, we have Jesus himself. And my friends are like, oh my God, Havana, where did you get that dead body? You just have to have faith. Would you guys like it better if I cooked up some foreskin, or is that just weird? Okay, okay. I would say I'm having a pretty good day today. I did get mistaken for Mexican. Yeah, that made me happy because I am Mexican. Basically, what happened, there was these two girls at Ross, and they were speaking Spanish, but I know what they were saying. One of them pointed to me, she's like, look at this white bitch. I was just happy to be included in the conversation. I felt like a real amiga. Because usually people can't tell I'm Mexican until I say the longest word in Spanish, which is gol. And that's after a guy comes inside me. But no, yeah, my grandparents were born and raised in Mexico. And I was telling my grandpa, I was like, hey, Grandpa, you know, some American people call Mexican people beaners. And my grandpa was like, ¿por qué? I was like, well, you're not going to believe this. It's because you guys eat hella beans. So my grandpa, he laughs in Spanish. He goes, ja, ja, ja. That's funny because he said, I had beans for breakfast, I had beans for lunch, and I'm going to have beans for dinner, as he pointed to my grandma's vagina. I do not remember my grandma keeping beans in there. Anyone here in the medical field? Okay. Yeah, there's some heroes in here. And I would say I'm in the medical field, and I would say my superpower is pooping on the clock. Yeah. No, but one time at work, a patient called me stupid. And I was just like, how does she know my medical diagnosis? That's like not even the worst part about being in the medical field. I would say the worst part is when a patient comes in and starts describing symptoms that I have. Because then I'm looking at the patient like, well, oh shit. Do I got Crohn's disease? But like any medical professional, I Googled it. And I was really upset until I saw one of the symptoms said weight loss. Then I was just like, okay, yeah, I can get down with a little Crohn's disease. Who had a good bowel movement today? Yeah! That makes me extremely happy. And I hope that you guys stay happy at the Covert Café.